The magic rod is one of the most iconic weapons in Zelda history, so it would make sense that it would be weaponized in Hyrule Warriors. So let's see how Omega Force implemented this tool into Link's arsenal. The Magic Rod, or Fire Rod as it's sometimes known, has been in Zelda games since the original. Sometimes as just an item, sometimes as a weapon, sometimes as a weaponizable item. Taking on many forms and very comparable to other items like the candle, the lantern, the fire arrows, and so on. And its design in Hyrule Warriors seems to be a fusion of the other designs of this weapon throughout the other Zelda games. The original, A Link to the Past, and Four Swords Adventures, with a little bit of Link's Awakening in there. One of the forms of the Magic Rod is the Fire Rod, which, as I said before, is a name that's synonymous with the Magic Rod. The other forms of this weapon is the Prism Rod and the Magical Rod, which are both designed and themed after other forms of the weapon. And lastly, the 8-bit version of this weapon is known as the Candle, which is another item in the Zelda series that functions in the same way. Now, in terms of theming, this weapon is fire-based, which means it relates to a lot of fire wielders in the Musou series, aka the entire kingdom of Wu and the Tokugawa. The movement of this weapon is very similar to the movement as Link's Sword and Shield fighting style. However, a lot more reserved and held back for ranged attacks. This is very similar to Da Xiao from Dynasty Warriors 8, where she too shoots fiery projectiles from a wand. The movement and speed of his attacks, however, are very similar to Chu Ran, as his attacks also change up his movement and style of attack. Full normal combo will end with the rod transforming into a huge laser and firing a powerful long-range shot. Lasers being commonly associated with characters like Zhuge Liang and Ieyasu Tokugawa. His strong attack sends out a small wave of fire, very close to an attack that Pong Tong can perform. Holding down on the strong button, however, will cause an explosion, which is similar to an attack that Zhang Jiao can perform. Link's first combo allows him to juggle enemies in the air with the use of fire pillars. Is a combination of Zhang Jiao's strong attacks. In the second combo, the rod transforms into an axe and it is thrown around. This is simply known as an axe throw in the Musou series. In the third combo, the fire rod will transform into a flamethrower and cause a huge cyclone. This is a move that can be performed by Ieyasu Tokugawa's cannon spear and seems heavily influenced by Zhang Jiao's fire manipulation. In the fourth combo, a fire dragon will spiral out of the ground and then fly into the air. In terms of movement and style, this is very similar to what Sun Tzu does at the beginning and what Zhang Jiao does at the end. The weak point smash is creating a giant fireball at the end of the rod and then firing point blank at the enemy. Another attack heavily inspired by Ieyasu. The special attack features the dragon again attacking all enemies directly in front of Link. This is very similar to what Lu Bu's regular Musou attack is. The passive focus attack creates a giant fireball overhead and then explodes downward towards the enemies, likely taken from Zhu Rong's Musou attack. And lastly, the focus special features Link throwing down a giant flaming rock, which is another move backed by Zhang Jiao's Musou attack. The reoccurring thing for this moveset is that all of these people can wield fire, and it's all destructive, because that's what you use the fire rod for, to burn. And it's being used exceptionally well here in Hyrule Warriors. But like I always say guys, don't just take my word for it. Did you notice something about the Fire Rod moveset that I probably missed? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to be up to date on all the videos I do on this channel. And hey, if you're hankering for some more Zelda related content, why don't you head on over to M Productions YouTube channel. He does a whole bunch of Zelda related theories about the lore and it's awesome, so be sure to check that out. In the meantime guys, thank you for watching and have a happy Thanksgiving.